So we're going to MIMUROTO Station. This journey took us 2 hours and 25 minutes estimated from our place. I have to reiterate that Japan have the most extensive public transportation system in Asia, if not in the world. Although this temple is located in the hills, it is accessible by trains, and the nearest one is MIMUROTO Station, which is 13 to 15 minutes of walk. Since I live in Osaka, I'm taking advantage of the opportunity to explore the area. For me, Japan is one of the most complex and conservative countries I have ever traveled and lived in. To know or just orient yourself with their culture, you are bound to see yourself wandering on their countless temples and shrines. As you may already knew, Shinto originated in Japan, and this is intertwined with their way of life. Whether one is religious or not, Japanese Shintoism is part of their culture. So MIMUROTO Ji is a Shinto temple. One should not confuse Shintoism and Buddhism, but people like me, I cannot distinguish the difference of the two. But it is said that Shinto incorporates elements borrowed from religious traditions such as Buddhism and Confucianism and even Taoism. So maybe that's the reason why. We have to rush because the train is leaving in 3 minutes. This is Chushushima Station interchange for the last station that we're going to. The good thing is that the train timing online in Japan is always dependable. It's good to catch your train. Sometimes the interval will be like 20 to 25 minutes, so you would be waiting for that time and you'll be wasting so much time waiting. Hold on. So we've reached here in the temple. MIMUROTO Ji is established by Emperor Konin in year 770. It then enjoyed imperial patronage. The history, according to discoverkyoto.com, Emperor Konin had a vision or have seen a vision which a golden light could be seen at the foot of the waterfall north of the Uji River. And when he had it investigated, his subordinate had a vision of the 1,000-armed cannon. And then he turned that into a golden statue. First, it was installed at the palace in Uji, and then the palace was later converted into now the MIMUROTO Ji. Until year 805, the principal image of the cannon was hidden from the public when Emperor Kanmu declared it be shown once every 33 years. So when we went there, we did not see the 1,000-armed cannon. Basically, Shinto rituals begins with a process of purification or harai. They actually wash both of their hands and mouth. So you will see like a basin or a running water in front of a temple or a shrine like this with a wooden dipper. That's what they use for purification. This is Ogejin, a local deity. His statue prominently placed in front of the Great Hall is basically like greeting people upon their final step on the stairs towards the main hall. It is said that rubbing his head will lead you to a long and healthy life. Rubbing the top of his tail will grant you monetary fortune. You only have to rub once though, because rubbing many times would be considered greedy. So you have to touch here, and touch here. This is the MIMUROTO JI main complex. This was rebuilt in 1805 as the original one was burned, and this area as well have been witness to the civil wars between the shoguns and the warlords. So this temple structure now is the result of the many rebuildings. And hidden from the view within the hall is the sacred thousand-arm kannon statue. This temple, MIMUROTO JI, is known famously as a flower temple because no matter what seasons you come in, there's always something in bloom, as they say. In spring, which is early March to early April, cherry blossoms or sakura can be seen here, while early May, you will see a sea of azaleas and rhododendrons, while in June, you will see thousands of hydrangeas or AJISAI, which is also one of the facts that this temple is famously known for, and those potted lotus will bloom in July. While in fall, these temples surrounding nature will transform to an explosion of yellow, orange, and even reddish trees. As I have said earlier, the complexity of Japanese culture intertwined with Shintoism. So if you were to ask me if I understand Shinto yet, I would say I have a little gist, but by just reading and asking local colleagues, definitely you could not say that you understand it. As I said, it is so complex that one cannot just say that they knew and understand it, because even scholars of religion, the historians of religion, and the Shinto themselves, they have a diverse understanding. Of course, there are also visible signs that you would understand some of the system of Shinto. Like, Shinto is a polytheistic belief system that they can venerate many deities. Like, in this temple itself, I can see 3 deities, like the Ogajin, which is the old man head with a snake body. That's a deity. The bull and a rabbit, which will I show you later, is also a venerated deity. So this means Shinto is also animistic, which they believe in supernatural entities inhabit in all things. It is also worth noting that Shinto has no single founder nor any single canonical text. So this is Tosho Lakao. There's a bowl inside. Local legend tells a story of a peasant named Tumimon who, together with his wife, saved money to buy a bull to farm with. Though the bull they ended up with was weak and unable to do work, the two grew fond of the animal and keep him anyway. And they would take him with them to MIMUROTO JI when they prayed. A monk placed a kannon amulet on the cow's horn, and as soon after, it coughed up a large ball that became known as the bull's jewel and became healthy and strong. A man challenged Tumimon to a bullfight when he heard of this story, and after dreaming that his bull would be alright, Tumimon finally accepted and won the challenge and becoming a rich man. So Tumimon the peasant had a statue of the bull made and the jewel placed inside, then enshrined at the MIMUROTO JI as a sign of gratitude. So today, this is the modern version of this statue. Meanwhile, this is the rabbit statue, and according to oral tradition, a rabbit escorted an imperial member to this temple during his visit. So as a result, the temple has this rabbit statue. It is said that you can make a wish. You just reach your hand into the stone sphere in front of the rabbit, and if you make the egg-shaped object inside the sphere standing, then your wish will be granted. This was June when we visited, so all these potted lotus flowers was not in bloom yet. And then the other one here, the ball inside the bull. The venerated deities in Shinto are called kami or sometimes Gengi. Kami refers to both individual and collective group of kami. And when translated to English, it means God or spirit. So this one is a practitioner where he approached the honden. He places a monetary offering in the box before ringing a bell to call the attention of the kami. He bow, clap, and stand while silently offering a prayer. However, a historian noted that there were no exact English equivalent for the word kami. A religious historian stated too that such English translations were quite unsatisfactory and misleading. As I said, Shinto is a very complex matter. Some ideas suggest that Shinto was an ancient tradition. It is associated with the idea that Shinto was Japan's indigenous religion. Many priests and practitioners regard Shinto as prehistoric belief system that has continued uninterrupted throughout the Japanese history, regarding it as something like the underlying will of Japanese culture. However, this vlog is not in any way aimed to teach or explain what Shinto is. This is just the best part of exploring, which is learning a little bit of something. And if I may add, if you've been to any of the Shinto temple before, you will always realize that they are one with the nature. Thank you for patiently watching my video, and I hope you learned something as much as I did. And I'll see you on our next temple exploration here in Japan. I hope you will like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
Yeah,